You have a question, please.
Yesterday, surely.
Move a little bit down, Okay, yes.
The subject was very time-worthy.
You are.
No, just asking a question.
Yes. Okay.
You're always asking questions. You're always interfering with his questions.
Anyway, yes, please. I'm listening. Okay.
It was very time-worthy that Shmuley brought to our attention when we talked about oaths, that Moshe brought out the promise he made to Hashem, asked him to fulfill the promise or fulfill the mission of punishing the Midianites on his behalf.
Right.
Yeah. So then it all talks about who's appointed. It did actually say Pinchas was appointed for the current of war, the Tsama.
Yeshuach Milchama.
No, it just mentioned it. But why was it like that's one question? Well,
one second, we're going to have to listen. It's
it evades him saying that he was awarded it, and it looks as though Moshe was directing the whole community. Why was it Moshe? Why was it doing his job?
Okay, 1 second. Moshe said, it says later on, chapter 31, pasuk Vav, pasuk 6. Do you have it? Look at it. Okay. 31:6. Ayishlach oisam Moshe elef lamata latzava. Oisam v'espinchas v'masa kain latzava kla HaKodesh chatzotzois ha'tshua b'yodeh. Right? Who went out to war? Not Moshe. Pinchas went out. He led the 12,000.
But was it? Moshe was telling the people what he had to do. Was announcing. I thought that was the job of Pinchas.
No. What do you mean? No.
Well, it gives the impression that Moshe was telling that.
By Yitzhak Midian, they waged war with Midian. Kasher tziva Hashem as Moshe. As Hashem had commanded Moshe, so Moshe gave over to them, and they,
exactly. So
Pinchas and all the army carried it out there.
Why do you have to tell all the people? I didn't tell Moshe to do it, then Moshe would do it on his own. But he never mentions that when he has to.
I don't understand the question.
He's asking, why doesn't Moshe say to Pinchas, because you're in charge of the army,
you
go tell them what to do. Why does Moshe micromanaging Pinchas?
It's not happened before. Has it happened before? Where Moshe's told Moshe to attack somebody, and he speaks again. It's always Pinchas does it all the time.
That's his question.
1 second. This is the first time Pinchas has gone out to be the Yeshuach Milchama. Hasn't been before.
Well, he wasn't really publicly appointed, was he?
I don't understand what you mean.
Pinchas wasn't publicly appointed. He didn't, and this is the Milchama
HaKodesh who designated him, like all the appointments.
So Moshe say, right, this is a Milchama war. He's going to do as Hashem told me, rather than Moshe doing it. I mean, the
previous battles were against Sichon and against Og. Moshe had gone out to battle.
Right, but the later ones.
No, so this is the first time that
right.
Moshe.
So what were the later ones? Did Moshe go the same?
We don't fight any battles after this one.
But I thought Pinchas was fighting battles. I don't know. It was fighting.
Doesn't say any battles. Afterwards, you're sure.
The very once they entered the land.
Oh,
that's when Joshua led the battle, Moshe had died. So Moshe had a right to designate Pinchas as the, or God, to designate Pinchas as the commander. He had a right to do that.
Pinchas' job was not to be the general of the army. Pinchas' job was to be the Kohen in charge. He was like the spiritual leader in the battle itself.
Right, because Elazar was the Kohen.
Does fight.
Well, he fought spiritually. It says that right here, but how did he kill? He was the cause of Bilam and all the other kings of Midian to be killed, because they all, through witchcraft, they flew in the air.
He flew.
No, it doesn't say. He said he looked up with the tzitz. He had the special diadem of the headband of the tzitz. Right? And he looked up, and the name of Hashem had a special power to break the effect of the witchcraft, and they had a dive down, and they fell onto the swords of the Jewish soldiers, and they got skewered.
They're shooting down some missiles.
Very interesting. I never heard.
Okay, but that's a little bit late in the Pasha. We're still on the previous part. Can I ask you questions on Hilchos Nedarim?
Go and ask me, I'll tell you.
Okay? How does a father nullify his daughter's vow? At what age?
12 and a half.
12, yeah.
At what age can he
Up to 12.
12 to 12 and a half.
That's it.
Once she gets married,
But I heard this morning that it's a machloket.
That's it.
Well, when she gets married to 11, she gets married, her husband will take her. Hello?
That's it.
No, she's
Hello?
a katana, she can't make a vow.
No, she gets married. Her husband will make the...
She's 11, she can't make a vow, she's a katana.
Well, we're going to see over here, the Rashi says 11-year-old can.
Can?
Yes.
Yesterday you said she
Well,
can't.
1 second.
Yeah,
I was quoting you.
Oh, I didn't say...
What did the Torah say yesterday?
Well, you'll see when we do the next lesson. When we do the next lesson.
Esther, we must always let...
Shlomo, have you read this weekend?
My rabbi
No,
said,
that's okay. Yaakov is enjoying himself.
Well, whatever, so please
Dream
read.
of breaking into his
Well,
Carry on.
1 second, okay.
Carry on.
Order, gentlemen, order.
I'm quiet. I'm just sitting here now, minding my business,
Okay.
waiting for this.
Pasuk
What a
Dalet.
pleasure.
Pasuk Dalet.
It's my.
Chapter Lamed. Pasuk Dalet.
It's only a Chumash.
Dolly.
I'm just getting along.
The Isha Ki.
You're not supposed to read. I'm supposed to read, Lou. Quiet.
Shouting here.
The Isha Ki to door. Neder. Hashem. Asra. Isa. Beveit Aviha. Nidorveha.
Bin
Bin
Ureha.
or Veha. Bin or Veha. That's. Am I right? Mordecai?
Bin Ureha. Okay?
You got it wrong.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
give you Mordecai.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see the thing.
Okay. And his wife that made
A Isha, and a woman. Any woman.
any woman. Okay. Any woman that will make a let me see, a swearing, an oath to Hashem. It can be canceled. It can be canceled by
No cancelling yet.
Asur.
Asra Isra, and she binds herself with a prohibition, right? Isra, like an Isur, right?
Oh.
Binds herself with a prohibition. The base of Vihar in her father's house.
When she's in the house of her father.
Bin Ureha.
When she's
A maiden, no, a lass, right? A lass, right? Sorry.
Alas or alak.
Alas.
Right, a lass. Okay, no, with 2 S's. A lass. 2 words, 2 S's. Okay, not a lass. Okay? Yes. Okay, let's see Rashi over here.
Okay. The Beit Aviha. Okay, the Reshut, if she's under the...
What it means, in the house of her father doesn't mean necessarily in his house. She can be outside in the street, right? Or she can have her own studio apartment, right? And she'd not be living at home. That doesn't make a difference.
But it's the age that makes the difference.
Right, Bershus Aviha means she's under the father's jurisdiction.
Okay, Afilu Be'ena Bebeito, even if she isn't in his house.
Right.
Okay.
Just excuse me. Either have a donation for the AC, or you want to open the window and put the fan on high. You mind?
Yeah, of course we'll put the fan on.
How are you?
We shouldn't open the window because the street noise
okay,
gets
so
into the camera and then you can't hear it when you see the video.
Okay, so we'll put the window on high.
Let's keep the window open, but...
I watched the videos when I was out, and it was very hard to hear. Because there's background noise, there's a humming noise, and I don't know where it's from.
Maybe we should have some sort of way of having the microphone closer to this end.
I suggested that, when I was in the work environment, they had microphones that you could put on the table.
Right.
And they would have like microphones in a circle. And also sometimes they had like a wire with microphones coming out, and you could position it. But,
Okay, we'll have
I
to...
don't know how expensive that is, and I don't know
to
if they
speak
have
to
it in
that.
this one.
Okay.
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 Below,
I'll take the-
Below.
Kitana, that's not the in the age of 12 and a half.
Yeah, one second. So Binurah, when she is in her maiden,
Before she shows her pubic hairs.
Oh, right. One second. No. Let me say that.
Oh, only when she...
One second. The like Tana, not when she's a minor, right?
Oh, not when she's less.
Right, that's she less than 12. The
Bulgaria, now when she's older.
Then 12 and a half, as we're going to see.
Older 12 and a half.
Right, Shaktana.
Okay.
When she's a young girl.
One is
minor, when she's a minor.
And the rock. Neder. She cannot make a...
Her vow is not a vow. Meaning because she's not, you can see, she's not of enough level of intelligence to understand what she's saying. Therefore, her vow is not a vow.
She's vowless.
The Habegeres, when she's already a mature girl, right?
She's not in the Reshut. Now, I can't even think of Reshut now. What is it that?
Jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction, this one is a Jewish. Not in every jurisdiction of her father.
The Hafe Nadarer, that he should cancel her vows.
Right. No, Hafe
No, fair means to cancel.
The cancel
her vows. Okay. Now,
Kitana.
What is the definition of a Kitana, of a minor?
If it is...
No, Ezehui. What is that? What is the definition of a Kitana?
Harabatenu.
Bat Yud Aleph Shona.
Okay,
she's 11 years old.
11 and 1. Let me read.
Oh, he's got one here.
Yom Echad, in one day, Neder Mecha of her, youth.
Right?
Of youth.
Well, no, one second. When she's 11 days, 11 years and 1 day. One second. Bas Yud Aleph Shon V'Yemech. When she's 11 years and 1 day, which means already 11 years old, she's 1 day into the 12th year. Nivdakim. Her vows are checked out.
Checked out? What does that mean?
Means, we'll see, I'll explain. Rashi goes on to explain. In Yoda l'shem,
if she knows,
right? L'shem mi nodra.
In the name of who made the neder.
No, explain that. This is if she knows for whom l'shem mi, for whom she has made a vow, which means she realizes, says when a person makes a vow, she's saying, I'm making this forbidden like it was a korban. If she knows what's a korban about, if she knows what, and that next thing, Shem Mihi Kedisha.
So
when she sanctified something
and knows what she's talking about.
Right, exactly, that's what it means. Shem Mihi Kedisha, then Nidra Neder. Then her vow is a vow.
Kedisha, it's a separate...
No, Shem Mihi Kedisha. She knows who she has sanctified something for. Let's say she sanctified something for Beis HaMikdash. And she knows what a Beis HaMikdash is about, okay? If she knows what she's talking about, then Nidra Neder. Her Neder is considered a valid Neder.
Okay, if she's 12 years old,
right.
in 1 day, she's
into her 30th year.
To be checked out.
She doesn't need to check out.
Why?
Because we assume she's of enough intelligence that she knows what she's talking about. So this is a special halacha as follows. Normally, when it comes to obligation to keep the mitzvahs, a girl has to be 12 years old.
Oh, is this the point I can write down? Girls from 12 years old to complete the...
Let me explain it clearly. Listen carefully, and then I'll do it. When it comes to keeping all the mitzvahs, let's say our mitzvahs which woman is obliged to keep, okay? Then, till a girl is 12 years old, she's not obliged. Because she has to be reached the age of maturity, and Chazal say it as follows. What really is the deciding factor is not really the age. The deciding factor is the level of physical maturity, which coincides with the mental maturity as well. So if she has the maturity that she has pubic hairs, right, then she's reached the stage of mental maturity as well, which goes hand in hand, and she is obliged to keep the mitzvahs. Chazal, however, said, on average, on average, a girl of 12 years old she has already reached the stage she has pubic hairs, these two pubic hairs, and therefore she's mature enough, mentally as well, that she has to fulfill all the mitzvahs. However, Chazal learn out, specifically with regard to Medorim, regard to vows, that even up to a year earlier than that, she can be of enough intelligence, enough mental maturity that her vows will be valid, up to a year before that. So that's what Rashi says. If already from the age of 11, if she makes a vow, we have to check her out and we see, does she know what she's talking about? If we can see that she knows what she's talking about, her vows are valid. Okay? Okay, but if she however, from the age of 12, then it's a given that, unless we have some reason to believe that not. But generally from the age of 12, a normal person, a normal girl, ready when she makes a vow, we don't even have to check out, she knows what she's talking about, her vows are valid. Okay, now you wanted to say something, Shana.
So by the age of 11 we have to check if the vows are valid, right?
Right. But from the age of 12, then we can assume that her vows are valid.
Vows are valid by inspection.
From the age of 11, between the age of 11 and 12, she has to be checked out, inspected. From the age of 12, she doesn't need to be checked into any. You can assume what she says. Now, by the way, a boy has the same equivalent.
You check out her knowledge.
Interview her.
Right,
you interview her. You're not checking her out.
You're not inspecting.
Not physical, not physical inspection.
Right, you have to wait. In 12, you wouldn't inspect her. It's embarrassing.
Right.
The wife.
So we have what's called a chazaka, right? A certain thing where we need to know the Rashi, the mother or whatever, we'll be able to check her out. But I go upon him. Inspect her physically. But we're not talking about it. We're talking about examining, asking her questions that she knows what she's talking about. Now, what I want to say is, by a boy is also parallel. The boy is not obliged, he doesn't reach the standard age of maturity of a boy is 13 years old. Similarly, a year before that age, it's from between the age of 12 and 13, again, if he makes a neder, we have to investigate and see if he knows what he's talking about. And if he knows what he's talking about, then his vows are valid. Okay? Now,
what is
talking about meaning specifically regard to the vow. Meaning when he says, I'm making this loaf of bread should be osset like koinam, like a korban. So we ask him, what's a korban? Oh, korban is one of the things you drive along the furnace floor. So obviously he doesn't know what he's talking about, right? But if he says a korban is something which an animal he had to bring with a mikdash, and he knows what a korban is all about. Oh, so he knows what he's talking about. And this thing should be osset, should be forbidden like that. He's a good cheder, he knows he's planted all in cheder, and he knows what he's talking about, then his vow is valid. Okay?
What could a punishment...
Can
I just not finish my question?
I know what you're going to ask, and I don't know exactly, maybe this is what you're going to ask. However, this is an interesting point. Let's say a boy says, age of 12-year-old boy, he says, I forbid this cake, the cake is his, I forbid this cake upon everybody as if it was a korban. Okay? Now, his vow, and we check him out, he says he knows what he's talking about, the vow is valid. Now, Minat Torah, is he himself allowed to eat the cake?
Yeah, no. You said everybody.
No, only...
No, but he's not at the age of to be bound by prohibitions. It's 13.
Yeah, but then how
so it comes out an interesting thing. It comes out an interesting point. No, it comes out an interesting point that everybody else is forbidden to eat the cake with the rice. Because he himself made it into like a korban, and nobody's allowed to eat it. He's got the neder stuff. He himself, however, would be allowed with the rice, and would be allowed to eat it. The Rabbanan, he's got a mitzvah of chinuch, he's not allowed to eat it. But with the rice, he would be allowed to eat it.
What would his punishment be if he made a vow and he didn't disclose it? If he's under, he was 12, 12 and a half, right? The adult would get some form of punishment. What does a junior get?
So, as I mentioned now, he would not be tackled. He would only if he ate it. Let's say he ate the cake, then by my example, he wouldn't get lashes for it.
Would his parents?
No.
Because he's supposed to talk it over with his...
Why wouldn't he get lashes to Rabbanan?
Oh, midrabanon, Nachas Maldas, but not lashes deraisa.
So you don't talk it, he would forgot to talk it over with his parents? Or?
Whatever, no. Didn't. Well, he should have, or something different.
So this is a case where he can have his cake and eat it too.
Well, midraisa, yes, exactly.
Did the rabbis catch on to this little glitch and say that?
No, so midrabanon for sure is forbidden to eat it.
Can his father annul a vow if he lives at home?
No, so wherever he comes to a boy, a man, right, even a boy, the father can't annul
But a girl, the father
yes,
could.
yes.
What's the difference?
Because a girl is under her father's jurisdiction, the boy is not under his father's jurisdiction.
A girl has this special period of time between 12 and 12 and a half. Very, very narrow period of time when she has special law.
A boy between 13 and 13 and a half, he can be sent to death by their parents.
Yeah, that's how different. That's a Ben Sawyer or murderer. You're correct, but that's something completely
So
different.
other than that,
You're right.
a boy is free from the age of 11 when he's checked out.
No,
12, the age of 12.
12, that is,
Right.
to make his own decisions. Because he's not
As
under
far as
his father's
Nate is
jurisdiction.
concerned, as far as Nedarim are concerned, between 12 and 13, already from the age of 12. If he knows
only for a neder.
only for a Nate.
Not for
But
anything
for
else.
everything else, the boy is only considered an adult from the age of 13. Okay?
No.
Gotta be clear on this.
So if the
He's
girl
not under
was...
his father's jurisdiction.
Okay,
Because
next.
he's living at home, collecting his health care, and otherwise...
Fending for himself. Right?
If the
The
girl
truth
was-
is, I want to say something.
I think so.
Already from the age, as far as fending for oneself, right? Technically, a parent is only obliged to feed, provide sustenance for his children up to the age of 7.
Look at 9, 7.
I thought you said 6. Now you changed it.
Something better. Six
I'll
or
check
seven.
you out tomorrow.
6 or 7.
Special
6 or
prize
7.
for...
Depending what the situation is. Otherwise, the child will have to fend for himself. However,
There's child labor, which is a good thing.
Oliver.
whatever once the accepted practice is, the accepted practice is that the child is till he gets married is really on Tsama Chashulchan Aruch.
Right.
Right. What it did make enough community is financially, right? Let's say the kid's gone out to work already. 9-year-old kid is going out to work, and he says, "Come on, Dad, I want lunch." So the father can say, "Listen, kid, you're running $10,000 a month job.
You're the CEO of a startup.
Right, exactly.
Well, I'll tell you, the kid was a Mozart.
He's a young upstart with a startup company. Right?
He's a young upstart.
Talking about making
He tells his father, "Why don't you go out and work? Don't live off of me anymore."
Yeah, you know what?
But also I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The Persian carpets, many years ago, was all made by hand. And the best ones who made it were kids, children of 6, 7, 9, 10. So you're laughing, of course.
Yeah, whatever.
I really mean it. It's a big industry, making really these expensive
So it would be exposed child
today.
labor. Now you're
Yes, it would be forbidden.
Forbidden, yeah, but then in those
Okay,
days,
little
so
hands.
stop. And there's another question I want to ask you about. We'll come in a minute about a girl who's, the old days, Iran or in your part of the world, in China, where you come from.
Right.
But the girls were promised to a husband at a very early age.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Gemara says, one second, listen to this. The Gemara says that a child, a girl up to the age of 12, her father can marry her off to a man.
So what now?
However, the Gemara says
You can't live with
he shouldn't, it's not something advisable. A person should not marry off his daughter while she's still a young girl, because if she doesn't know what she's doing.
So what the
No, she doesn't know. She can't, he puts her in a situation where she's not intelligent enough to know whether this husband's a good husband for her or not.
So you can't make an oath. That's a little question.
Oh, making an oath is something we're talking about. We're talking about the father marrying off his daughter.
No.
Now, another interesting part about when she's reached the age of 12, between the age of 12 and 12 and a half, she can marry herself off, and the father can marry off. You get both of them, in one or the other.
So the oath will be transferred to a new husband.
Well, we'll see about oaths. Leave oaths out of the picture. We're talking about marrying off.
I know about that marriage. I'm talking about.
Right. So that's an interesting situation. Both she herself can marry herself off, and her father can marry her. That's up to the age of 12 now. Once she's age of 12 and a half, she's the only one to decide. The father has she's not in the father's jurisdiction anymore. Okay?
I wanted to say there's another Nafshi, which is tzedakah. If your child is over whatever it
At
is,
the age of 7, yeah, you can give
you can make whatever
take it
you
off,
spend on them.
take off your
from your
tzedakah
tzedakah.
account. Yes, correct.
Oh,
Correct.
is that right?
I mean, what I
So
say,
you can send him out to work to make those little
it's
rods.
more than again.
And then you can make up the difference between her salary and what you give her theoretically, and you can charge it off to income tax. That is the best.
See if
That's a good deal.
if the tax man will take that or will accept that one. I'm not
If
sure.
you earn $10,000 a month,
Yeah.
Okay,
total income tax.
fine. That's what we think. I mean, really, actually, Mordechai owe you
Because you have to
read
keep
the
on
passage
giving
last
me,
week.
or
Did
you
read
like
Rashi
that.
yesterday? Your pass? Okay. 1 second. Who I read in that thing? Yaakov, you read yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you here yesterday?
Anyway,
It'll make an oath.
Yisrael Baruch. Yisrael Baruch.
I think it's real.
Pasuk Vav.
You did it.
No, sorry, actually, Pasuk.
No, I didn't.
Hey, just read it. There's no Rashi on this, but
You
read
did it
Pasuk
yesterday.
Hey. Pasuk 5.
You did.
No, I'm not
Okay.
reading. I just read.
The Shema
Which
of
pasuk am I
the
reading?
Shema
Five, yeah.
of Via Es Nidra.
Okay. V'shema avaha
Of Viha,
avicha
Viha.
viha es nidra asara
Asher.
asher asra al nafsha
Vehecherish
v'hecherish la avicha
Biha.
aviha v'kamu kol nedaraha
Vidareha.
nederecha v'kol asar
Sar.
asher asara al nafsha
Yakum.
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 So let's translate.
Okay. Yeah, and her father heareth her vow.
Here's her vow.
Yeah.
Or the Esara, or the prohibition, Asher Asra al Nafsha, which she is bound upon herself.
Or her bound.
Right? The Hecherish La Abiha. And her father remains silent to her.
Okay.
Then the Kamu Kol Nedoreh, all her vows will stand. And
Every
B'chol
vow.
Issa, and similar to any prohibition, Asher Asra al Nafsha, which she has bound upon herself,
Right.
Yakum will stand. Which basically the Torah is saying this pasuk. This is actually like a preamble to the next pasuk because it has to be understood, read in tandem with that. Is that this pasuk is saying if the father hears the neder and he does nothing about it, he just remains quiet. Okay, we're going to see for how long, right? We're going to see the psukim. Next pasuk actually. But if he remains quiet to her, then her nedarim will stand. Or her shvua, Issa, any prohibition she placed upon herself, which means a shvua, an oath, that will stand. Okay? No Rashi on that. You want to read the next pasuk, please, Yisrael Baruch.
Okay, va'im heini aviha osa bayom
V'yom,
bayom
Shamo,
shemo kol
Nidaraha,
Nedaraha V'asarecha Asher Asara Al Nafsha Lo Yakum
Hashem,
V'Hashem Yislach La Ki Heini Aviha Osa.
very good, excellent. Okay, let's translate. Now, Rashi is going to explain this word, Heini. In Heini Avia Oisa, if her father holds her back, withholds her,
Okay,
right? B'yom Shomai, on the day that he hears the vow,
right.
then Kol Nedoreha, all her vows, the Esorea Asher Asra al Nafsha, and her prohibitions which she's bound upon herself, Lo Yoku, will not stand. Hashem yislach lo, Hashem will forgive her, ki heinei avi ha'isa, because her father has withheld her from her vow. And Rashi is going to explain what forgiveness does she require. And the fact she made the neder, Rashi is going to explain that. Okay, let's see the Rashi.
But if her father disallows her.
Okay, we'll see Rashi says. If he withheld her from the vow. Kloima, how does he do withhold her from the vow? In other words, he cancelled it. He cancelled the vow. No.
So when you say cancelled, is that from now and onwards?
Yes, from now on onwards.
Nullification?
No, not retroactive. From now onwards. Okay, and he doesn't have to investigate whether what was on her mind, with what intention she had. Doesn't make a difference. Whether she likes it or not, the father has the power to cancel the vow. Finished.
And she can reinstitute it after 12 minutes.
She has to make another neder.
Right.
So that neder was that vow is finished. She has to make a new one. Right. This one's finished. Okay, now Hanozoi. This term of Hano, withholding her, I don't know, because the pasuk doesn't say over here that he cancels the vow. It just says he holds her back. I don't know how this is practically applied. How does he practically withhold her from the vow? When the pasuk later says, this is later on, pasuk tes, if on the day her husband hears, Yoni Oisa, he withholds her from the vow. How so? And he cancels it. This indicates to us Hanazu, that this withholding is Hafara, is cancelling the vow. So, okay, now Rashi says Pshutai, the straightforward meaning of this word, Loshen Menia. It's an expression of withholding, Asara, and removing, and restraining, and removing. Later on in the parasha it says that Moshe Rabbeinu rebuked the sons of God and the sons of Reuven, right? Sons of Reuven and sons of God, because they wanted to stay on the Jordan side of the Jordan, right? So he says, why are you withholding? Lama Sinu. Okay, the Shemin Rosh Al Yoni Roshi, that oil of the head, my head should never be withheld, would never be missing this oil. The Chain Vidatim es Tnuasi. It says after the Chet HaEgel that Kosh Baruch Hu removed his Shechina from our Klal Yisrael. Vidatim, should be aware as Tnuasi of my withdrawal, right? Eis Asher Sartem Olei, that you have removed yourself from me. Okay. Now, next Rashi. Yeah.
Are we going to the next one? Next thing?
You have a question on this Rashi?
Oh, no, I thought it was Nazarite. We haven't got there yet, no.
No. Okay, next Rashi. Hashem yislach la. Hashem will forgive her. Bamea kosav medaber. What is the pasuk referring to? The Isha, about a woman, shenodra benozir. She made a vow to become a nozir. And the pasuk says explicitly, in Parshas Nosai, that either man or a woman can become a nozir. The Shoma Bala, and her husband heard about it, and the Mefarshim dwell on it. We're talking about the father here, as Rashi will do some bringing the husband. Because we're going to see the Maisa, this din of Hafara is expressed explicitly by the husband, and it's inferred by the father. It doesn't say explicitly by the father, this cancelling. Because that was Rashi mentioned before. Here referring to the father, it just says he withholds her. It doesn't say he cancels. You learn it out from the husband, where the husband it says he cancels it, that when the father's withdrawal means cancellation. Okay, anyway, let's see.
No, but in this case he let it pass,
No, we don't know that. 1 second, no. The Shoma Bala, her husband heard the hateful and he cancelled it. The He Lo Yoda, she didn't know that the husband had cancelled it. Because he doesn't have to tell her. He can between himself, he can make the statement not in front of her, not that she knows. But Oiveres al Nidra, and she transgresses her neighbor. What does that mean? She drank a couple of B'shos Yain. she drank a cup of wine.
That's serious stuff, isn't it?
Or with Tamil Mason, when she became Tamil to a corpse.
Well, that's...
1 second, so you have an interesting situation over here. She really has not transgressed an issue,
No.
because the vow has been cancelled. It's finished. But Lamaisa, she thinks she's transgressing something because she doesn't know her vow's been cancelled. Zu hishet tzricha slicha. She needs forgiveness from Hashem. Va'af al pi shu mufa. Even though it has been cancelled, nevertheless she requires a kapara. Okay? Now, im hamufarin tzricha slicha, if the cancelled vows require forgiveness, kal v'chayma l'she'ena mufarin. Certainly, if the vow had not been cancelled and she went ahead and drank wine, or she was done racing, then wow, she's going to get a real punishment. She for sure needs forgiveness for having done so. Okay?
Even if she knew that it hadn't been cancelled.
No, had not. If she knew it had been cancelled, she went ahead and drank wine, there's no problem.
Right.
The whole problem is she intended to do an Aveira, but the Maisa didn't end up doing an Aveira.
No.
Okay?
She still needs forgiveness for that intention.
Right.
But if she
So, but now an
didn't-
interesting thing, the Gemara asked this question.
But she did
What
do
is
that.
worse? Somebody who did not intend to do Aveira, but the Maisa did do an Aveira, or somebody who intended to do an Aveira, but ended up not doing an Aveira?
Second.
You think that's worse? Not so precious. We'll discuss it again tomorrow. That's why we'll sleep.
Same time.